early 1970s were a period of real expansion and strengthening of state legislatures around the country, and there was a very conscious move to have state legislatures play a more active and stronger role in state government.
The Minnesota legislature followed this national trend and in 1973 formed the Office of the Legislative Auditor, or OLA. It provides oversight and accountability of state government and its programs.
One of the things that we work hard on is taking complex subjects and trying to make them understandable. Some of our reports are quite lengthy and technical, but we always provide legislators with summaries because we know they're busy and they need to get through reports quickly. But they also have a lot of meat in them too, a lot of footnotes, a lot of tables, a lot of charts. For those people that really want to get a little deeper, and I think it also shows legislators and others that we really have done our homework.
The OLA currently has a staff of 60. Its workflow consists of dozens of audits each year. Some are selected with the help of the bipartisan Legislative Audit Commission. Others are selected internally, and still others are required, such as audits of the executive branch. Legislative Auditor James Nobles says he feels a tremendous sense of duty to the office and himself to remain nonpartisan.
We can only exist and only have credibility if we are. We have to do other things, but that's basic. You know, we have to be completely nonpartisan. The other critical ingredient, of course, is we have to be right about the facts. Our goal for every one of our reports is that it will be accurate, objective, timely, and useful. That's kind of a mantra that we almost sing daily around here. I would say generally all of our reports are given consideration. We present every report, particularly our program evaluation reports, to the Committee of Jurisdiction and also to the Legislative Audit Commission. And the recommendations, our findings are always given serious consideration. The executive branch receives a lot of recommendations from us to change, and they are almost always implemented. Our recommendations to the legislature often are more controversial, more difficult. There sometimes are winners and losers in recommendations on a program or an activity of state government. Give you an example of that. We did an evaluation of the state's efforts to stimulate ethanol production. And the ethanol industry was fairly mature at that point. And so we said that we believed that the state no longer needed to subsidize ethanol plants. Well, that report was not well received by legislators who have ethanol plants. So yes, there is sometimes pushback to some of our recommendations, but you know, then there are other legislators with a different point of view that will champion the recommendation.
Whether recommendations are implemented or not, Noble says it's important for taxpayers to know his office is a watchdog over public dollars.
What I would like people to think of when they think of the Office of the Legislative Auditor is that our function is important, and it's not that we're important as much as what we do is the bedrock of democracy. That is, ensure accountability. When there's taxpayer money being spent out there, somebody needs to regularly be called to account. How did you spend it? Did you spend it properly? Did you spend it in compliance with the law? And so we are the people that go and dig deep into the records of those expenditures and the performance of programs in an objective, nonpartisan way and tell not only the legislature, but the public. Our reports are publicly released, available to the public. And so what I'd like everybody to recognize is that we have in state government a mechanism for ensuring strong oversight and accountability. And it's, I think, an important institution and an office that has been built up over the years by a lot of support from legislators, good staff people here. And so I think it gives us a real strong sense of mission that we're working for an important principle, function, and for the people of the state of Minnesota.